Welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're digging into the quirky superhero world of The Greatest American Hero, the 1981 show that dared to blend comedy, action and sci-fi in a whole new way. The show tells the story of Ralph Hinckley, played by William Catt, an everyday schoolteacher given a superpowered suit by aliens, but with one major problem: he loses the suit's instruction manual. Even its biggest fans might not know all the fun, bizarre and fascinating details that went into making the show. So put on your supersuit and let's fumble through 20 things you never knew about The Greatest American Hero. Show creator Stephen Cannell wanted The Greatest American Hero to focus less on big battles and more on Ralph's everyday struggles with his powers. According to Cannell, the first type of story was where Ralph used his powers to handle ordinary problems, like fixing a rigged baseball game or stopping an assassination, as seen in the episodes The 200 Miles Per Hour Fastball and The Best Desk Scenario. He aimed to capture character comedy by showing Ralph trying to help in a way that was often just as funny as it was heroic. And as originally agreed between Cannell and the ABC executives, the powers would be in the suit, not the guy. Ralph Hinckley's last name became a sensitive issue in 1981 after John Hinckley Jr. attempted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan. In response, ABC quickly redubbed Ralph's last name to Hanley for 2 episodes. The show then sidestepped the issue by mostly calling him Ralph or Mr. H until the beginning of season 2, when the name Hinckley returned. William Catt and Robert Culp initially butted heads on set, much like their characters, who had a sometimes tense love-hate relationship. The early friction ended up helping their characters' chemistry, especially as Ralph and Bill had to rely on each other despite constant disagreements. Eventually, Catt and Culp's friendship developed off-screen, and they used their initial friction to fuel the dynamic between the characters. Fans have puzzled over the unusual chest emblem on Ralph's suit for decades. Creator Stephen Cannell said the design was inspired by a pair of unique scissors with square handles that sat on his desk. Meanwhile, in the World Encyclopedia of Superheroes, author Jeff Rovin theorized that it represented a needle and an open book. To add to the mystery, fans have likened the symbol to various other shapes, though the scissors' origin is most widely accepted. Also, the suit's emblem is remarkably similar to a Chinese character, meaning center, in, or within. This resemblance led to the show's Chinese title in Hong Kong. This title translates to Flying Red Center Hero. Catt's real-life mother, Barbara Hale, famous for her role as Della Street on Perry Mason, appeared as Ralph's mother in Season 2 in the episode titled Who's Who in America. Robert Culp's contributions to The Greatest American Hero extended beyond acting. He wrote and directed Lilacs Mr. Maxwell from Season 2 and Vanity Says the Preacher from Season 3. Fascinated by his character Bill Maxwell, Culp wrote stories that explored Bill's complicated personality. Culp said he found Maxwell's arrogance, twisted sense of humour, and odd sense of loyalty an endless source of creative material. If you're enjoying the video, a subscribe to the channel would be a truly heroic act. And Culp loved that gig so much that he was one of the principal forces pushing for a sequel series, The Greatest American Heroine. And in 1986, the cast reunited to film a pilot for a sequel called Just That, in which Ralph, after becoming a celebrity, must pass the suit on to a new hero. He chooses Holly Hathaway, played by Mary Ellen Stewart, a compassionate young teacher. The pilot didn't get picked up for a full series, but was edited into an episode that aired in syndication as the final episode of The Greatest American Hero. While working on the show, Culp was briefly considered to replace Larry Hagman as J.R. Ewing on Dallas. Hagman wanted more money, and his contract dispute led producers to consider replacing him. Culp wasn't interested though, as he loved The Greatest American Hero, and Hagman ultimately signed a new deal. The theme song, Believe It or Not, sung by Joey Scarberry, became a major hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's uplifting melody and catchy lyrics were composed by the Rockford Files theme composer Mike Post, with lyrics by Stephen Geyer. The track's success helped the show gain popularity, and it remains a staple of 80s pop culture. At the peak of the show's success in 1982, William Katt released a pop album called Secret Smiles under the stage name Billy Katt. Unfortunately, the album didn't receive the same reception as the show's theme song, and it quickly went out of print. The show's creator Stephen Cannell was dyslexic, a fact that made his success as a TV writer and producer even more remarkable. Known for his tenacity and prolific output, Cannell's company logo, featuring him typing and tossing a page into the air, became iconic. In interviews, Cannell has joked that even the spell check didn't help him, and his spelling errors were way too far off from the intended words. In 2008, William Katt's company, Catastrophic Comics, published a Greatest American Hero comic series. The 3-issue miniseries debuted later that year, with the first volume featuring an updated retelling of the original pilot episode set in the present. As a recurring gag, Ralph was going to have a different girlfriend in each episode, so Connie Sellecca's character, Pam Davidson, was initially intended only to appear in the pilot episode as Ralph's girlfriend. However, Selecca's chemistry with Katt and strong performance led producers to expand Pam's role into a recurring character, giving Ralph a stable romantic interest and adding an extra layer to his character. Robert Culp hosted Saturday Night Live in an 80s episode where he reprised his character from I Spy in a sketch. During the scene, he encounters Bill Crosby's character from the show, and as a surprise, a fully costumed Ralph also makes an appearance at the end. The pilot features Ralph's son watching Super Friends, and audiences briefly see Superman, Wonder Woman and Aquaman on screen, fittingly enough since Ralph is trying to prevent an assassination. This playful reference also made Ralph's bumbling superhero persona stand out even more when compared to the clean-cut, competent DC superheroes on TV. Despite the Super Friends cameo though, Warner Brothers filed a lawsuit claiming Ralph's character was too similar to Superman, saying it infringed on the iconic character's likeness. The court sided with the Greatest American Hero, pointing out that Ralph's clumsy, unskilled attempts at heroism set him apart from Superman's polished abilities. Ultimately, the judge ruled that Ralph Hinckley's portrayal was a parody rather than an imitation, and the case became an important decision in copyright law. When ABC cancelled the series unexpectedly in 1983, 4 completed episodes hadn't yet aired. These unaired episodes later became known as the Lost Episodes, and were finally released when the show was syndicated. Fans who missed the series' original run got a taste of what might have been through these rediscovered stories, which are now part of the Greatest American Hero DVD collections. In 2018, ABC developed a reboot of the Greatest American Hero, this time featuring a female lead played by New Girl actress Hannah Simone. Thankfully, ABC declined to pick up the series. This one's not really related to the show, but to its star William Katt. He was close to playing Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, a role that would of course go to Mark Hamill. Katt's screen test alongside Kurt Russell shows a glimpse of what might have been. Imagine Star Wars with William Katt and Kurt Russell piloting the Millennium Falcon. Well, it almost happened. Katt was very close to landing the lead role of the future Jedi Knight. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about the Greatest American Hero. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.